Hello everyone, and today we will be talking about who to pull in the up-and-coming 2.4 update in Honkai Star Rail. For those staying strong for the 2.4 update and aren't pulling Jade, here's what you should consider before the release of the 2.4 update and its insane banners that will come with it. I'll be covering the pros and cons of each character, rating them on how good they are in the endgame modes, as well as their pull value for your account. Also, thank you very much for the insane support on the last video I made on March. We not only hit 100 subscribers, but at the time of making this video, I am at 199 subscribers. Thank you very much for all your support on the last video. We'll be going in order of the character banner releases, so Yunli is first on the list. Yunli will be a great follow-up attacker that will be dealing good single and AoE damage with her ultimate. She's basically the Clara of the Loufu, and if you want to know more about her, I have released a guide with everything you need to know. Make sure to go check it out. You will love Yunli if you play follow-up teams with Herta, Ratio, Himiko, and more. And Robin will make any dual DPS team with her amazing. She also has very good animations, and she's an adorable child that just loves to eat dango. For her scalings on her abilities, they look pretty good, unlike some others, Jiao Chu. And as for how good her pull value is, I'd say it's a solid 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 if you have Robin, and that's because she's not as valuable as Jingliu, Acheron, or Firefly for example, and won't change the way we play Star Rail, but she can still do lots of damage nonetheless. She's not needed to clear the endgame, but you can clear it if you want, just don't expect her to demolish enemies like Acheron or Firefly. Regarding her potential in the endgame modes, I'd give her a 5 out of 10 for the Apocalyptic Shadow game mode, a 4 out of 10 on Pure Fiction, and a 5 out of 10 on MOC. Pure Fiction is on the lower side because she can do lots of good damage and she has decent AoE, but in my opinion it is not enough to keep up with other Pure Fiction carries. Alongside Yunli, we will also have Huohuo, the scaredy cat of the ghost hunting squad, but honestly the only scary thing is how good she is. She's a whole mood and I like her personality, but what I like more is her AoE cleanse that also heals for quite a lot on top of a maximum 3-person cleanse. This instantly makes her one of the best sustainers in the game from that alone, not to mention her ultimate gives attack percent and ult regen on every ally when she uses her ult. If you want a cute healer for a second 5-star sustainer and hate a blonde healer named Locha, she's the better healer of the two. Aventurine is the best sustainer in my opinion, but Huohuo is right behind him with her kit. If you have Argenti or Robin that benefit from the ult regen and attack percent buff, she becomes even more valuable for your account. She won't really benefit crit DPS units like Blade or break units like Boothill and Firefly, and if you already have Aventurine and Locha, you should only pull for her if you can afford to replace Locha. I'll give her an 8 out of 10 pull value overall, with your value going to 10 out of 10 if you need a second 5-star sustainer or don't have a high Eidolon 4-star healer like Lynx. If your account has Argenti and Robin like mine, her value increases further since those characters need way more energy to use their ultimates. As for the endgame potential, a solid 8 out of 10 across all endgames since Aventurine is better, especially in Pure Fiction, and in some cases Locha, Lynx, and Gallagher can work better instead of Huohuo. On to the second phase of the 2.4 update. Jiao Chu has been a hot topic in the leak community with his nerfs, but did he actually get that nerf? Yes, the answer is yes. Lots of stuff changed about his kit, and if you want to know more about that, I also have a video on him that you can check out. He still is a decent unit, but he's far worse than he was before the nerfs. His animations are good, and his kit is also pretty good, but if you don't play DOT, he's not really going to benefit your account a lot. He's okay with Acheron for the stacks he provides to her ultimate, and if you want extra Nihility characters, he's a decent pull, but Black Swan, which will be running alongside with him in the second phase of the update, is better in almost every way. His DOT limitation does knock him down a few notches, but his damage output is still okay outside of DOT. I'd put his pull value at a generous 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10 if you play DOT comps, and as for his performance in the endgame, 4 out of 10 in Apocalyptic Shadow, 6 out of 10 in Pure Fiction, and 5 out of 10 for MOC. Pure Fiction has the best endgame potential for him since the field and stacks are favored by enemy spawns. Finally, Black Swan. She has an insane ultimate animation with her cathedral background, and I mean, look at her. are you not gonna pull for her? She has Death Shred like Silverwolf and Pella, and she's an incredible DOT unit as well. The Death Shred alone elevates her pull value by a lot, and her Arcana debuff makes her an excellent DOT unit to pair up with Kafka. If you play DOT or you want another Death Shred Nihility unit for your Acheron team, she's gonna be an amazing pull. If you have Pella and Silverwolf built and don't play DOT, Black Swan might be a unit you won't use as often. Overall though, I'd put her value at a 7 out of 10, with her score going to 8 out of 10 if you don't have Silverwolf, and even higher at 9 out of 10 if you play DOT. Her performances in the endgame are honestly pretty solid across the board, with an 8 out of 10 on all of them, since dot teams usually are pretty universal in their damage output, not to mention the Arcana stacks have AoE damage, which allow her to excel at Pure Fiction as well. All units are very cool and I would pull all of them if I could, but I am a light spender. Aside from their coolness though, the best values out of all these units are Huohuo as the highest pull value unit because of her future-proof kit with the AoE cleanse and ult regen. Her pull value increases to a must pull in my opinion if you don't have a good second sustainer for your team, and again, if you have Argenti or Robin or both, she will fit perfectly in any team you build with them. Black Swan is the next best pull since her AoE Death Shred, which is a universal damage increase, is on her skill, unlike Pella which needs her ult to apply it. Her pull value increases for DOT users because Black Swan can apply the Arcana debuff to make DOT teams better. Jiao Chu is a little worse than Yunli overall, but Jiao Chu is a better pull than Yunli for dot teams or E0 Acheron users, but in my opinion Black Swan is a better replacement for E0 Acheron and dot teams, so I personally would pick Black Swan over Jiao Chu. As for Yunli, she's an okay follow-up attacker. Clara is really similar and can synergize well with her, so if you have Clara or not, Yunli can be a good addition to your follow-up roster nonetheless. That's gonna do it for my advice on the 2.4 banners. I hope I helped you with what you want to do with your future polls. Subscribe if you could, it really helps me out, and liking also helps. I hope you have a great day or night, and I'll see you later. See ya.